Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead. Harper got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship.
Tying run at second, 2 out. Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws. Out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it and to the middle with the 15 to the 20. Breaks free to the 25 to the 30 to the outside. 40 midfield. 40 30 to the coast. 20 15 Hester 5. Oh! Touchdown!
Toward Bryant. He will glove it toward Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Shawn and Maya in the morning on this House Music Monday edition. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. And if you're not following us on Facebook, what? Come on, go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button. Can't even speak this morning. And now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. Simple, but wait, there's more. Go to the show's page. Go to Shawn and Maya in the morning, like that page as well. So not only will you be following Sports Zone Chicago, but you'll be following Shawn and Maya in the morning as well. If you watch this on our YouTube channel, excellent. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, for real, come on, guys, get with the program. Go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button, but also click the notification button. That's the little bell right next to it. And that'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, if you're watching this on our mobile app, come on, man. Don't tell me you didn't know we had a mobile app. What's wrong with you? Get with the program. So wherever you get your app, do us a favor, download our app. So wherever you get your apps from, it doesn't matter where you get them from, whether it's iTunes or Google Play or Amazon or Walmart or Kmart, 7-Eleven, Zayre, Zemsky, Macy, Montgomery Ward, Woolworths, Venture, Weebolts. It doesn't matter. You go there, you type in Sports Zone Chicago, you download it, you take us with you on the go. So not only do you get Shawn and Maya in the morning 3 days a week, not only do you get our other live shows throughout the week, and not only are they archived there like they are on Facebook and YouTube, but I'll tell you what, we give you a slew, and I mean a slew of articles, thanks to my man Clarence Council III. Big up to Clarence for keeping you abreast of all articles Chicago sports related. Now, if you're watching this on a Roku channel, I like that kind of party, baby. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. Sports Zone Chicago. We have our own Roku channel. So if you have a Roku television in the house, do us a favor. I had to get a new one this weekend, man. I was pissed off like a mother Hubbard. Oh, that was crazy. Download Sports Zone Chicago's channel right to your television. Put it there next to Netflix, Hulu, Max, Prime, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, Stars. Put us right there next to the big boys. All right. You can watch us on the big screen. Hell, run a big screen, right? Mickey, Vicky, now. You can also tweet the show. Tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me personally online. You want to know what I did? Let me tell you what I did. I made it nice and easy for you folks. Nice and easy. One handle for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. All one handle at the Shawn Sierra. Guys, we have a phenomenal show, but I need you to get interactive. So whatever platform you're watching us on, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or a mobile app, leave a question or comment on that platform. It'll come up here in a thread. We'll put it up on the screen. We'll incorporate it into the show. And that, my peoples, is what makes this the best morning Chicago sports talk show around. And that's you. So bring them all, baby. Questions, comments, smart-ass remarks, because ain't nobody scared over here. And like The Rock said, maybe don't sing it, just bring it. Let's check out the chat, because the chat is jumping like crazy already. Already it's jumping. Woo, Charlie. My man Armando Emeterio Lara Jr. is pissed off Bears fans Monday. Hey, I ain't mad at you, bro. I hear you. Cornelius Squall says, what up, sports owners? Man, I really hate having to deal with this. Got punched all week. This is bad. Really bad. I feel you, Cornelius. I feel you. Michelle Wallace is an unhappy House Music Monday morning, sports owners. My man Plank says, good morning, sports owners. Yeah, definitely pissed off Monday, PO Monday. I hear you. Junior says, oh, is Tariq Stevenson thinking on that Hail Mary? I don't know if he was thinking, to be honest with you. I don't know. Luis Mejia in the house. Good morning, Rise and Grind, baby. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Jay Grizz checking in. Crickets. Jay Grizz checking in. Thanks for checking in, Papa. I appreciate it. Man. Yeah. Jay Grizz is like, you know what those are? And they're like, nope, like those are crickets because I'm speechless, fellas. That's funny. Is my new TV a Roku TV? Yes, it is, Junior. Yes, it is. Yeah, Jay Grizz says crickets for me today because I don't have much to say. I'm still reeling from yesterday. Yeah, me too, man. Yeah, me too. I am I'm not happy with obviously with what happened. And yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that today. A little bit. Mr. Shorty's in the house. He said, good morning, everyone. I just want to hop in and say hi. I can't do Bears this week. This is the worst loss since the Packers championship loss to me. Have a great week. Shorty, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Let's see. What else? That's so funny. Jay Grizz says, Junior, I can't huddle up today or take the field. I'm injured. Not hurt after that loss yesterday. Hey, I hear you, man. That was tough. That was real tough. Yeah, that was real tough. Man. That was real tough. We got a lot of Bears to talk. We're gonna try and do that. Top of the hour, 10 o'clock. It's probably gonna seep into the 9 o'clock hour. That was tough. So I had one of the girls from CrossFit. She's from Wisconsin. Actually, she lives north of Wisconsin, of Green Bay. She's from Green Bay, from Wisconsin. She lives north of Green Bay, and I always tease her, so I call her GBS. And she couldn't figure it out. I'm like, "What's up, GBS?" And she's like, "GBS, what does that mean?" And I was like, "Green Bay sucks." She's like, how'd your Bears do? So she came in today. I was like, good morning, GBS. She goes, yeah, how'd your Bears do? I'm like, no comment. No comment. Yeah. It's tough. It was tough, you know. It was very tough. It was a very difficult day yesterday. Man, I'm telling you, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, Junior, that was cool. They mentioned my buddy from Holy Cross, Caleb's high school head coach. Yeah, my buddy Randy Trivers was Caleb's high school coach. I texted him yesterday during the game. And they were talking about him. They quoted him, and he replied like, that was cool. Atmos checking in. What's up, baby? Bear down. I know. We have a lot to talk, and I'm probably going to go get off my lawn. I'm going to go get off my lawn today. I'm going to go get off my lawn today because there's a situation where I don't think Matt Eberflus did what he's done in the last couple of weeks, and I think that killed him. That hurt them. So I have a lot to say about it. Being a former coach, being a former player, being a former coach, playing on multiple championship teams, coaching championship teams. I could see something like this happening. I didn't know. I didn't know it was going to be yesterday. Plank, I absolutely need get off my lawn, Shawn. Well, guess what? It's coming today, baby. It's coming today. It's coming today. Oh my goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Well, listen. We have other sports to talk to, but we are going to keep the majority of it Bears talk this morning. All right, but let's kick it off, baby. You know how we do the first segment of every show. It's called Top of the Morning.
It won't come just when you want it.
Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
Man, first top of the morning topic. Man, you know where we go with this one, man. This is going to be tough. This hurts. This hurt a lot of us. All right, this hurt a lot of us. But you got. That's the thing. That's the wonderful thing about sports is that you got to keep going. You got to pick yourself up, and you have to go. All right, you don't have time to sit and to. I mean, I guess we can. We have a week, but the players don't. I think that's what I loved about playing so much. Is like you don't have time. First top of the morning topic. Man, we know where it's at. The Bears. The Bears lose a heartbreaker to the Washington Commanders 18-15 yesterday. Wow. On a Hail Mary. You see that picture right there. Oh, hell no. Caleb Williams, 10 for 24, 131 yards. Definitely not not the way you want to return home for your homecoming. All right. Definitely not the way you want to return home. You had a 59.5 rating. Carried the ball 10 times for 41 yards. Should have been 42. Would have given us a first down another time. But DeAndre Swift, 18 carries, 129 yards, and a touchdown. Roman Dunze had some nice catches, 3 catches for 41 yards. Keenan Allen, 2 for 39. You know, this was a tough one. This was a tough one. You see this here. And man, oh man, oh man. But coaches and athletes, they look at it today. They go over film today. You relive it. Coach chew their ass out. You're off tomorrow. Wednesday, move on. All right, because the worst thing that can happen is you let this linger. You don't want to let Washington beat you twice. Okay? You don't want to let Washington beat you twice. And by that, I mean you don't want to keep this and think about this loss all week as it goes into the preparation for the Cardinals. Cardinals have a quarterback who's very similar in skill set to Jaden Daniels. He's much smaller, but he can run around. He can avoid tacklers, avoid defenders. So after today, after films, you got to flush it. You got to flush it. But oh boy, up to and through films, some people need to get their ass chewed out big time. Big time. The next topic I want to talk the Bulls. The Bulls travel to Beale Street. Travel to Memphis tonight to take on the Grizzlies. Tip-off tonight is at 7 o'clock Central Time. You can catch that game on CHSN if you have it, or listen to it on their flagship station, 670 AM. They made some news. They signed with Fubo TV, the Bulls, for Chicago Sportsnet, so you can catch on Fubo. I don't know what Fubo is. I just read about it. Anyway, the next topic I want to talk about the Blackhawks. Baby, the Blackhawks are on the road in the Mile High State. It's going to be Mile High. Taking on the Colorado Avalanche. All right, puck drop tonight is at 8 o'clock local time. You can check that game out on Chicago Sportsnet Plus, or you can listen to it on their flagship station, 720 AM. Both teams are out, away from the United Center. Oh, you know what? Because the Usher concert is tomorrow and Wednesday, so I guarantee they're setting up for the Usher concert. That's why I was wondering why, but because I was thinking about going to see Usher this week, but we'll see. We will see. Yeah, look, man, people. Whew, I'm checking the comments. Jay Grizz says the football gods frowned upon us with the handing the ball off to an old lineman as if it was 85 all over again, and Stevenson trolling the crowd in the middle of the play. What the fuck? I agree. Yeah. Mr. Shorty says, football guys hate us. I'm living in the wrong dimension. Jay Grizz says, I'm starting to get hot all over again. Somebody save me. I'm starting to melt. Well, Swift balled out yesterday, Junior. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And that was great to see. King Booker World checking in. Good morning, Papa. How are you? Thank you for tuning in. Too much dumb shit occurred last night. SuperBack, that ain't happening. A lot of people in that building have explained. Yeah, Lucy, you got some explaining to do. You got some explaining to do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Cornelius, great call. King Booker World, he talking to King Booker World. Said King Booker World, if the Bulls don't make the Bears don't make the playoffs, this game, everyone will point to that cost us a spot. I agree. King Booker World said there's so much absurdity that happened that I'm not even mad. I'm just like, yeah. Well, I'm mad. You're a bigger man than me. You're a bigger man than me, King Booker World. My man Luis got to go to work. So got a call to make. Good day, folks. Have a great week. Be safe. Thanks for checking in, Papa. I appreciate it. You know, we were talking. Yeah, these guys, you guys are. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the love. But there's a lot to talk about. I don't want to. We'll get to that because that'll tend to dominate the whole thing. So let's finish up the top of the morning topics. All right. Next top of the morning topic: the World Series resumes tonight in the Boogie Down Bronx for Game 3. Los Dodgers, the LA Dodgers, lead the series 2-0. First pitch tonight is at 7:08 Central Time. You can catch that game on Fox 32 or listen to it on ESPN 1000 here in Chicago. All right. Walker Buehler's on a bump for the Dodgers. He's 1-6. Going up against Schmidt, who's 5-5 for the Evil Empire, the Yankees, the Bronx Bombers. If you missed it, Game 1 was an instant classic. Freddie freaking Freeman hits a walk-off home run for a 6-3 And here's the crazy part of that was so nutso. So Fernando Valenzuela died last week. Okay. And I talked about it. His importance to the Mexican fan base for the Dodgers, why I feel that he really helped reunite the Mexican culture in LA and the Dodgers. Because if you didn't hear, one of the things that happened was to build Chavez Ravine, to build Dodger Stadium, there was a slew of Mexicans who lived in the area, and they had to move them out. So they got them out. They kicked them out of the neighborhood. So they knocked down the houses and everything, and to build Dodger Stadium. Well, obviously Mexican people were mad, so the culture didn't like that, and they kind of really weren't on the Dodgers bandwagon for obvious reasons. Okay, then Fernando comes, and as I said, one of the things that was great, and why Fernando worked so well, is that, and why he brought back the Mexican culture back into the Dodgers fold, is he wasn't one of the white Mexicans. See, colorism still plays a part in life today. Even in different races and nationalities, it plays a big part in Hispanic population as well. But colorism played a part in it because Fernando Valenzuela looked like los Indios. They looked like the indigenous people who lived in Mexico, and it wasn't one of the blonde-haired, blue-eyed Mexicans. And I'm not disrespecting them by any stretch. Okay, I'm not. My grandmother was fair skinned and blue eyes, and light eyes. Okay, my mom is fair skinned. All right, my mom and my uncle Dario were very fair skinned, and you couldn't even tell they're Mexican. Okay, but it was a situation where he came back, had Fernando Mania went nuts, and one of the Indios, okay, the indigenous people, he looked like the indigenous people, and a lot of the indigenous people in LA, and that was huge. And this is how sports is crazy. So he passed away at the age of 63, which is young as all get out. He was doing broadcasts for the for the Dodgers in Spanish, which was awesome. The Yankees were leading 3-2 when Freddie Freeman comes up. Freddie Freeman hits the walk-off grand slam, so they win 6-3. He died, and he was 63 years old. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. That was insane. That was just insane. So, game one was the classic. Game two, not so much. But the Dodgers have a stronghold on this series. I'll tell you what, first two games have been really, really have been great. Okay. They left the bases loaded, I believe, that the Yankees did in game two. All right. It was nuts. So give me more baseball like this. Give me, what would be perfect? Give me a couple of extras. Give me game 3 and game 5 go to extras. So that the Yankees take 2 out of 3 here at home. All right. They go back to LA, win game 6. And then I don't really give a damn who wins game 7. But give me 2 games of extra innings or more. Because this World Series has been exciting. Well, listen, let's take a quick break. On the other side of the break, all right, we'll talk a little bit of baseball, talk a little Bulls. I might even get off my lawn, Shawn, a little early. All right? So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning. on Sports Zone Chicago.
Many will hear the calling. Few will earn the title. United States Marine. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings.
I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
We are looking for a few heroes, mentors, trailblazers, innovators, a passion to change lives, spark curiosity, open hearts, and awaken minds, help students answer the question, who am I? This could be your calling, but this is no job. It's the journey of a lifetime. Be a hero. Be a teacher.
Mental health and learning disorders don't discriminate. 17 million children and adolescents in the United States live with disorders like anxiety, depression, ADHD, and dyslexia. Less than half get the help they need to thrive. Help the Child Mind Institute change these children's lives. Visit childmind.org.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. So, my guy Steve, my producer Steve, wasn't doing too well. I called him yesterday, and he was in the hospital. So he was, and I didn't know when I was like, Steve, can you get me this, and this? He's like, I should be released. He goes, but I'm in the hospital. I was like, oh, shit, dude, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were in the hospital. So he said he's going to try and get his laptop. And I was like, don't worry about it if you can't do it. So we don't have many clips today. So my apologies. I hope Steve is able to get out of the hospital today. And but I digress. Here's the Bulls. We'll start with the Bulls because I'm ready to go nuclear, and I don't want to just do that right off the bat. Bulls with they split their weekend series over the on Friday and Saturday, which was good. I like this team. One of the things that I saw. There's the youthful exuberance that this team has. All right, they beat Milwaukee up in Milwaukee. early. I was like, wow, I was extremely impressed. Extremely impressed. I couldn't. What did I do with that? Oh goodness. One of the things that Giannis was being Giannis already, taking 7 steps, crying all the time, looking for fouls. Like, to me, that's one of the reasons I hate the NBA. I really do. One of the reasons I'm really disliking pro sports. Like, think about DBs, all right, or wide receivers. Everything's, if they don't catch the ball, they look up, flag. I should get a flag. Like, where's the flag? Like, come on. Stop whining and bitching and moaning like little sissies, okay, and play ball. Go get the God-blessed ball. Stop looking for a foul and play ball. That bothers me. That bothers me a lot. I don't know if it bothers you, but it bothers the hell out of me. Okay? And the Bulls were on fire. On fire against Milwaukee. And I'll tell you what, it was a game where I was like, holy sheesh. Like, this, it was fun to watch because this was Friday. This is what they envisioned. 120, 133, 122. All right. Kobe White led the way with 35 points. 7 for 13 from beyond the arc. They shot 47. They shot 40, 48, 45% from beyond the arc. That's dope. That's what we need. That's going to win us a lot of ball games. Vucevic walking double-double. He had 22 and 10. Zach LaVine, 25 and 5. Jaden Smith, 11 points, 5 rebounds off the bench. Patrick Williams, 13 and 5. All right. They just seem to keep hitting the big shot when they needed it. There was a point where they're trading threes. I was like, oh, snap. There's like 4 possessions, 5 possessions in a row. Bang, 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 bang. It's like, damn. 3. I was like, holy sheesh. And the Bulls were hanging with them. And I was surprised. So I was surprised at all get out. They beat the Bucks. I want to go to a Bulls game up in Milwaukee. Really do. Probably. So if they, I got to check the schedule, but if they play like on a Friday night or Saturday night, I may head up to Milwaukee, catch a game, spend the night, come back the next day. I won't be spending it at the Death Motel that I spent for my 50th birthday. That's for sure. Believe me, I know where that hotel's at. No more hotels with dead bodies for me. Sorry. But I'd love to go see them because I like this team. And now I realize, and remember, we talked to Fred Pfeiffer, and he said something quite profound. He said, this team's going to be exciting. It might not be good, but they're going to be exciting. And man, they were exciting as all get out on Friday. Man, I love it. I love when they play to they play carefree. And you can tell when they're not thinking, should I make this pass? Should I shoot? They're just playing. They're getting into the flow of the game and they're doing what the situation dictates. And as a basketball player, as a football player, as a baseball player, as as an athlete, when you get into a situation where the play dictates what you do, you're not thinking. You're just going with the flow. And that's what the Bulls did. They weren't thinking, well, we weren't really good at three-pointers last year. Our percentage wasn't very high. They came out shooting like a son of a gun, boy. But the next night, they played the Thunder. It's their home opener. And they lose 114-95. $114-95. All right, so they go from 45% in three-point shooting to 28% in one night. So the consistency is the issue with the Bulls. They're gonna have to have, and then let's look at the scores. Zach LaVine, 22 and 9. Okay. Vooch, 18 and 13. Okay, good. P. Will, 18 the day before, 3 the next day. He had 8 rebounds, though. Kobe White had 35 the day before, 9 points, 4 boards, 3 helpers. All right, big difference, 35 and 9. Big difference. And that's the thing, is you can't have such drastic mood swings. You can't. You know, Gino Auriemma, he's the head coach for the UConn's women's basketball team. Multiple-time national champion. He said in a couple of interviews, he said, he tells his players, he says, you know what's the difference between good and great? Great doesn't get tired. Great doesn't get tired. And they're able to maintain that level of consistency because they're not tired. Well, the Bulls need to maintain that level of consistency. And we talked about it last week. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. But damn it, you can't play back-to-backs. Your bodies are, you're 24, 25 years old, 27 years old. You can't play back-to-backs. When you travel first class, you stay at 5-star hotels. You have massage therapists at your beck and call. You have those recovery sleeves, those inflatable leg recovery sleeves that you put on. So the advancement of technology and recovery is at its highest, and you can't play back-to-backs? That's bothersome. That's bothersome. When you got guys, I mean, man, and I know Mike is the exception because he's crazy, but him and Kobe talked about why they played so hard. Why, man, Mike was 40 years old, 38, 39, 40 years old playing 82 games, excuse me. What? Because they felt, hey, listen, there's got to be somebody in this stands whose dad scraped together money for this one chance to come see me play. This one chance. I can't let him down. I can't let him down. That's what I'm talking about. That type of attitude. And you can't play back-to-backs? Didn't Joel Embiid come out and say, right before the season, I'm not playing back-to-backs? What kind of shit is that? But we were on the Smoke Fellas. You guys got to check out the Smoke Fellas. Jay Grizz checks in every week. You got to check out the Smoke Fellas. Man, I love that show. That might be my favorite podcast. That could be the best podcast on this network, mine included. And I love my network, my podcast. But they were saying Joel Embiid came out right away and said, hey, I'm not playing back-to-backs. What kind of shit is that? So you're just not going to play when you're getting paid $30, $40, $50 million a year. You're not going to play back-to-backs? So this Bulls team, they're having consistency issues. Like, come on now. There's got to be some leadership step up in this Bulls team. It's got to be some leaders step up. Could it be Zach? But here's the problem. Zach could be gone. Zach could be gone any day. He's already shown you, that he's healthy. I'm sure people just want to see if he can stay healthy for a couple of months. And he's out of here. But where's the leadership of this team? Like, I'm used to this. When I played and I coached, especially when I played, we didn't have to police the locker room. We didn't have the coach. We didn't need the coach to come in and police the locker room. We did it. Players did it. There's a level that is acceptable, and anything else is not. It's just the way that is. This level is acceptable. Anything else, anything below that is not. And the team that I play for, and this is what championship teams do, they hold each other accountable. You think anyone would ever slack when Mike was on Mike's team? Think anyone ever slacked on Kobe's team? Come on, man. You know damn well they didn't. Kobe get in your face and he'd call you out. Mike would definitely get in your face. He might punch you in the face. Ask Steve Kerr. And that's the thing that bugs me. You get paid millions and millions of dollars, and you're for 82 games. That's when you get paid for 82 games. You're 30, 40, 50 million. That doesn't count. That's not including the playoffs. You get paid from the season starts to the week it ends. So you're not even playing 12 months. You're not even playing basketball 12 months. This Bulls team, hopefully with a lot younger players on, they were able to bounce back and not have the dip or the drop in production be so drastic. Because this is going to be a long season. They're not going to be a good team to begin with. And if you can count, if you want to start looking at the second half of back-to-backs as losses, man. That's a good 10, 12 games right there. You just throw in the loss column. And you want to be a playoff team? King Booker, well, you're right. They want to complain when they don't get recognition or claim to be better than the past players. Play all 82 games, damn it. I definitely don't want to hear this nonsense. Oh, Russ, I need to rest. No, you don't. You're 26 years old. You're 28 years old. With top-of-the-line recovery technology. Flying first class. Staying at 5-star hotels. Come on. Don't give me that shit. And you get a per diem. And they give you money when you go on the road. You get a per diem. Like, wait, $50 million is enough? You're going to give you a per diem? Come on, man. I need this Bulls team to really grow up. This is where I need my old school people back. There's a mentality that us older people have. Working for everything we got. Not the quick, fast money, but working for what you got. If you didn't work for it, you didn't want it. We didn't work for it, we don't want it. And that's the thing. The work ethic that we had, it bugs me. I wish this Bulls team would have a better work ethic. Like, I want to know who's after practice. Who's after practice hitting 100 shots, 200 shots, 500 shots? Who's after practice doing that? Who's there before practice? Getting in 250 beforehand and then getting 250 shots after practice. Who's there? Kobe White, Zach LaVine, hell, Josh Giddey, you need to be there. But man, this Bulls team is something else. Exciting, they're young, and Billy does well with young players. But Billy's got to instill in them this work ethic. Kobe White, is a vet. He's probably like 22 now. 22, 23 years old. He might be 23, 24. But he's a vet. And this Bulls team can make the playoffs. They ain't gonna do much. But they can make the playoffs. So when you see these guys looking for time off or taking a mental day, a Veterans Day off, come on. I don't want that type of attitude permeating with young players. I want to understand, you guys sign up for 82 games, you play 82 games. You're ready for 82 games if the coach puts you in. Now, if you're coming off an injury, another story. But if you're young, healthy, you get ready for 82 games. None of this, oh, I need to sit out. Stop the nonsense. Stop the nonsense. One of the things I like so far, I really like the way Patrick Williams has come out. He's rebounded a little bit. I'm like, oh. In the loss, I know he had 3 points and 8 rebounds. Okay. 8 rebounds, 2 helpers, 2 assists. Patrick Williams is a guy, man, you already got your money. I don't know who you got pictures of, but damn, this team loves us some Patrick Williams. And I know he was your first pick, so you don't want to, you don't want to look stupid by releasing him or trading him. But damn, how long do we got to wait for this guy to develop? He's starting to do it now. Thank goodness. But man, this dude is so talented, and he's a big reason we're not as dominant or as consistently good as we could be because of his poor play. And Billy's got to get the best out of it. Billy's got to get the best out of it. Man, King Booker World. I will tell Embiid, tell you what, you come do my job and I'll play 82 games for you. I hear you. Dude, I hear you and I agree with you. So the Bulls tonight, as I said, we're in Memphis, taking on the Grizzlies. Tip-off is at 7, our time. Catch that at Chicago Sports Network. Again, if you have Comcast or Tubo. I don't even know all the names. At first I thought it was Tubi, but then no, it's Tubo or Fubo or Fubu or whatever the hell. I'm like, what the hell's going on with this? Our fans can't even watch because too much red tape, too much bullshit going on, too much of a power play. And it's not good for fans. It's not good for our fans. One of the guys that I'm anxious to see is Giddey. I'm anxious to watch him play, see how he plays. Because now that Lonzo Ball's back, Lonzo Ball had three points, a couple of assists on Saturday. He didn't play Friday because they're not playing him back to back due to he's coming back up an injury, which I understand. That's fine. But Josh Giddey is a guy that I want to see. He's a guy that I wonder who he didn't get his contract extended when he could have this year. And he said the right things. He said, you got to earn contracts in this league, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so what are you going to do to earn it? Because you're basically taking over for Lonzo Ball. They didn't think Lonzo Ball is coming back. They signed you in the offseason. You definitely have issues with a three-point shot. Do you go get better? Do you get better? Making you make this team better. And I want to see what you do in the offseason. What are you going to do? Or what did you do? Like you come here, like you know what your weaknesses are. Everybody has your stats. You have your stats. You know what you are from beyond the arc. Everybody can shoot 3-pointers now. Why don't you? Why don't you? So I want to see the kind of work he puts in. And it's going to be tough now because of the season, but what you put in the offseason? Because I want to see this guy up and down, running up and down the court. He's a good facilitator. I need him to hit that three. Let me tell you, this whole Bulls team, the Bulls' outlook on the season changes if we can hit some threes. But you got guys who want to take threes who can't hit threes. And our three-point shooters got to be more efficient or more consistent. Kobe White, you got to hit 40 to 50% a night. You got to. We have to normalize you hitting 6 to 8 3-pointers a night. That's good. That's good business right there. I'll take that all day. All day, every day, and twice on Sunday. But you got to put in the work. Listen, we're going to go to break. On the other side of the break, we'll switch to Bears talk. Okay? Get off my lawn. Shawn will be in full effect. So if you're waiting for that, you will get it. That, my peoples, I can promise you. That, my peoples, I can promise you. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Time out. How are you feeling right now? Happy? Excited? Angry? Overwhelmed? One of the best things you can do for your mind health is to name what you're feeling. It can sharpen your awareness and help you talk about your feelings with someone you trust. Here are 3 questions to ask yourself. Where are your thoughts right now? In the past, the present, the future? Do you notice any sensations in your body? Is your heart beating fast? Is there a flutter in your stomach? Or are you fully relaxed? What do you need right now? Time with others? Time to yourself? Remember, there's power in this awareness. So find ways to identify what you're feeling today.
Hi, guys. Hey. Hi, Megan. Hey, Jessica. Megan, you're a tramp. Brian Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He said your breath smells like garbage. And he almost puked. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway? Lots? Your makeup makes you look like a clown. That zit is huge, zit face.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning at Sports Zone Chicago. For those of you who didn't know, my guy Steve-O, my producer's, he was sick. He was in the hospital. So all my clips. So I don't have any clips today. I spoke with him yesterday. He should be getting out today, I believe. So just thoughts and prayers. I know the show is going to be a little less fancy without my clips. And those clips are important. They're great to watch. Good to bring us back and remind us of things. Yeah. You know, one of the things, there's a lot of things I have problems with. To borrow the words of Frank Costanza, I got a lot of problems with you people. I got a lot of problems with you people. You know, yesterday was an embarrassment, and that was frustrating. You know, there were so many different things. You know, here's let's start with Eberflus. Okay, you're on the mic or you're on the headsets. Okay, you as a head coach have the ability to veto any play you want, and you allow Shane Waldron, who we'll get to. You allow Shane Waldron to call a stupid 4th and 1 pass to DJ. The handoff to Doug Kramer on the goal line. The handoff to Doug Kramer, you should have been like, hell no. But you know what? You allowed Shane Waldron to get kind of cute, which puts me in a question like, how bad do you want to win? How bad do you know? How well do you know football? Why would you allow him to give it to I don't give a shit how much you worked on it all week. I don't care. You give it to him when you're up 10, 20 points and you're going in for another score. That's when you give it to Doug Kramer. That's when you give it to Doug Kramer. Not when you've been trailing all game. Your offense has been blasted all game. You get down there and you give it to a lineman? That should have been nipped in the bud. You should have had to call a timeout because we need to come up with another play because we're not running that bullshit. You allow that to happen. Now, what about the final play? The final 2 plays. This is where, and they said it on the broadcast. They said it on the broadcast. Tony Romo said, hey, you know what? If I were them, I think they have enough time to get a good 10, 15 yards to the pass to the sideline so we can get closer. What do they do? 12 yards, 15 yards, steps out of bounds, closer. So, you didn't think of this? You're a defensive coordinator. You've been in this situation before. You'd have a V. You have a couple guys on the sideline. Let everything in the middle. Everything in the middle. They had no timeouts. Let everything in the middle. Leave receivers wide open. Go rally up and tackle them. But you didn't want to. So you didn't play that style of defense where you guard the sidelines. Then the next play, you didn't call timeout once he stepped out of bounds. You had 3 timeouts. What the hell are you taking 3 timeouts home with you for? Why are you doing that? You're taking 3 timeouts home. Instead of saying timeout, you get up to the line. What's he running? 3 receivers. Timeout. Okay, good. Here's what he got. That was poor. Eric Washington, that's on you too. Because you should have been in there, coach, timeout, coach, timeout, coach, timeout. And if you were, that's even a more scathing indictment on Eberflus. Coach, timeout. Let's get it. We see what their look is. Let's plan something. Coach, timeout. Because here's the thing that bugs me. You say we practice it all week. We have a guy in the front, a guy in the back. We know what to do. Then why did you do it? Why didn't they do it? Why didn't they do it? You just realized that. You just realized that he got an extra 10, 15 yards closer, so now he's going to be pretty close to the end zone. He still couldn't even get into the end zone. The only way the ball got into the end zone was Tyreek Stevenson tipped the damn thing. So you don't call timeout? Say, hey, just in case, you got the back, you got the front. Not you guys knock it down. You don't call timeout. But before we get to that point, where the hell's the pressure? Why are you rushing with 3 people? Why are you rushing with 3 people and Montez Sweat is not on the side out there? What? Now, if he was hurt, okay. But if he's not hurt, get his ass out there. Why? And don't give me this bullshit about, oh, it's the rotation. No damn rotation. That's why you call timeout. I need my best players out there. Mr. $98 million man, your ass is out there. Here's a crazy idea. Why don't you blitz? Why don't you bring 6 people? Because guess what? He's not going to have time to throw. Receivers aren't going to have time to get downfield. You bring 6 people, you bring some pressure, Dane Daniels runs, which also you had 4 people up there, 3 of them rushed, you had 1 spy. Why do you have a spy? Why do you have a spy? He's got 60 yards to run. He's not going to run 60 yards. Everybody's already down there. You got T.J. Edwards as a spy. That's stupid. Poor coaching. You have a spy at a running quarterback when he has to throw it into the end zone. Poor coaching. When I said, okay, we're bringing 4. Okay, you want to get home with 4? I said, probably should have brought a 5th. And I saw T.J. Edwards back out and then spy. I'm like, what are you doing? 3 guys. They got 2 double teams. They didn't even need a double. This Billings. You need to double team anybody else. 3 rushers, 5 blockers, 2, 2, 1. Double, man up. All these things. To me, the pressure, the lack of pressure. Why? And they asked him, he said that was an option. Well, then use it. The thing you need on a Hail Mary, you need time. You need time to let the receivers get down there. So to mitigate that, what do? You send pressure so he doesn't have time. So he's running. So if he has to throw, if you don't get the sack, he's throwing on the run, which means he's not going to be able to throw as far. With his bad ribs, he's not going to be he really is not going to be able to throw as far as he could. Common sense. And if you do, rush him, flush him to his left. So now he really, even more can't even throw as far as he can. He's running to his left, bad ribs, not planning. Come on, man. There was just too many situations yesterday. And I've been an Eberflus guy. What he did yesterday was piss poor. And I'm not calling for him to be fired because I'm not going to get mad over 1 game. He had a 3-game winning streak. Should have been 4 now. Probably should have been 5 with the Indy game, but I digress. But this shit's got to stop. This shit has to stop. This is your third year now. Your third year. Year one, I get it. Tore down a defense. Yeah, you had no shot. Year two, last year, defense, you had those. Well, first of all, you had the scandals with the two assistant coaches, a lot of craziness. You still ended up with a positive record toward the end of the season. But this year, come on, man. You've been in enough situations. You know what to do. You know what to do. You should know what to do. That lack of timeout, the lack of using the timeouts is unforgivable. If I'm Ryan Poles, man. And here's another thing. Tyreek Stevenson. Tyreek Stevenson. I don't blame him for any of that. You're like, what? I don't blame him for any of that. You know who I blame? The coach. Here's why. We're all humans. And we know what we can get away with whom, don't we? Don't we? We know exactly what we can get away with each person in our lives. Do we not? This has been allowed to go on long before yesterday. Was he reprimanded when he poked the dude under the face mask, poked him in the face? That's the type of bullshit behavior, selfish behavior that's being let go. When he got the 15-yard penalty, I'm like, what did he do it for? Then they slowed it down. I'm like, oh, yeah, well, he reached inside my man's face mask and poked him. Kind of like muffed him with his face, like, get out of here. It's funny. I'm telling you, my gut is never wrong. When I met him, I watched him. When I met him last year in the locker room, I'm like, he seemed like a little shady mug who'd do some shit like that. And he did some shit like that. You know, you can't. How is he in practice? Does he pay attention to meetings? Is he joking around? Is it a game to him? All fun and games? Because when you're at practice, you work. When you're at practice, you work. You got to work your ass off so the games aren't as tough. Are you allowing them to act up? Because that's types of bullshit that you don't respect your coach. You don't respect your teammates. So I tell you, none of the teams that I played on, you think any of the 85 Bears would have been doing some shit like that? You think the 86 Giants would have been doing anything like that? You think any of what's his name? Bill Walsh's teams would be doing anything like that? You think any of the Ravens team of the 2000s would be doing anything like that? Do you think that? No. One, you feared your defensive coordinator, your head coach, but two, you feared your teammates. This shit's been going on for a minute. So, you're damn right, King Booker World. He says in 85, he would have caught a 3-minute violation. You're damn right. 3 long minutes. 3 long minutes. You know, those 240-second, those 300-second 3 minutes. Yeah, every 100 seconds is a minute. That'd have been a fight. That would have been a fight in the locker room. There would have been a fight. You think LT would have put up with that shit? Harry Carson, Leonard Marshall, Mike Singletary, Dan Hampton, Mongo? You think they would have put up with that bullshit? No. So what's the punishment? And then here's the thing. Then you realize you didn't want to answer the question in the locker room after. But then you go on to social media, look at the play. The play's already going. Look at him in the bottom left. Hands crossed, taunting the fans as the play's still going. Receivers are, 5, 10, 15 yards downfield. He says, to Chicago and teammates, my apologies for lack of awareness and focus. The game ain't over until zeros hit the clock. Can't take anything for granted. Notes taken. Improvement will happen. Hashtag bear down. Hashtag sit your ass on a goddamn sideline. So, Coach Eberflus, what are you going to do? Because he needs to be benched. He needs to be benched. If you want to fix that shit, you said you make him available to the media. You want to fix that shit, you make his ass available to the media. Because you didn't want to speak to reporters after the game. You put him in front of... Remember when they did Patrick Kane? Remember when they did to Patrick Kane, the Blackhawks? All right, you get out there. You got to face you're going to face all the smoke, all the shit you've been doing. Are you chasing all these young little girls? Pictures being taken of you? Sexual harassment, suits, all this other bullshit. You go take the media. You face the media. So now what do? Eberflus, that's my question. Where's this going to go? Where's this going to go? Because for me, I sit him a half. You know what? And if you want to do more, I'm cool. If you give me a healthy scratch, cool. You know what? You're not even dressing. You're not even dressing. Terrell Smith, get ready. You're up. And then you tell him, now we're down Brisker, Gordon, and Tyreek Stevenson. Because Tyreek Stevenson wants to act like an ass. So 60% of my starting secondary is out. Junior says, what I could get away with mom, I could never get away with my pa. I'd be standing all day with the ass beating my dad would have given me. Accountability. Here's my question. Who on a team is going to go get in his face? Who on his team is going to go have... If you got to throw down, you got to give him a two-piece. Give him a two-piece if you got a little attitude. Who's going to do that? Montez Sweat, you're $96 million man. Jalen Johnson, that's your DB brother. You going to do it? This is the lack of accountability. You don't think Mike Singletary would have gone over to Wilbur Marshall or Mama's boy Otis? They did some dumb shit like that? Or Mongo? Hell, there would have been a fight between Mongo and Samurai Mike. Who's going over there first to beat his ass? That would have been a fight in the locker room over who's going to go whoop that dude's ass. That's how you get out. That's how championship teams are made. So he'll be called to the carpet in front of a defense, that's for sure. But man, I have no problem if someone got or word got out that there was an altercation with Tyreek Stevenson and one of his teammates. I'd have no problem with that. You think Ray Lewis and Ed Reed would have put up with some bullshit like that? You think that? No way. Terrell Suggs? No way. But that's the type of culture. They don't have, these are the type of players that they draft. These are the type of players that they sign. Remember, they don't sign any dogs. They don't sign any gangsters, any thugs, any, you know what I'm saying? Oh, nice guys who can play football. Nice guys who are good at football. Sometimes you need some dogs. Sometimes you need some thugs in there. In that locker room to run shit. Where you know, where on either side of the ball, you know you do not do dumb shit. You do not cross that person. You know this. Olin Kreutz was that guy for a long time. You know you don't do no dumb shit in that locker room with Olin Kreutz. Ask Reuben Brown. And this is under your watch, Coach Eberflus. Again, you had a 3-game win streak. 3-game win streaks are difficult in the NFL. Should have been 4. Pretty should have been 5. But don't let Washington beat us twice. You can't let Washington beat us twice. You need to set an example of Tyreek Stevenson. Yeah, no, I got it. Yeah, I said, Jay, I showed it. I put it up here. But you know what? Fuck your apology. That's how I feel. Pardon my French. Pardon my French. Where in the... And here's another question. Why? Why did he feel comfortable doing that on this team? Why? The fact that he did it's one thing, but the fact that you felt comfortable doing it is another thing. Which means they don't fear for their job. They don't fear their head coach. That's a lack of respect for your defensive coordinator / head coach, or your defensive coordinator in title alone in Eric Washington. And here's where Eric Washington needs to step up big time and say, hey, if I'm a D coordinator, here's what I'm going to do. I know you call plays, but damn, he needs to sit. You don't even dress. Sorry. This is the type of message that needs to be said, because who's going to do something else? Who's going to do something next? Who's going to half-ass next? This wasn't stopped by the coaches early because he's jawing with Terry McLaurin, poking dudes in the face, getting a 15-yard penalty. At that point, he should have pulled him. Pulled him for a few plays when he poked that offensive lineman in the face. That got flagged for it. This is your hits principle now? This is your hit. This is according to your hits principle. You're allowing this shit to happen. There better be some swift and severe justice. And you know what? If it hurts the team, you tell the defense, hey, holler at your boy. Holler at your boy. Because that's not acceptable here. And if any of you guys are mad at me for making him a healthy scratch, you don't belong here either. Because you should have been on his ass before I got to him. You should have been on his ass. As soon as he came out that field, someone should have been in his face. Someone should have been in his face. What the fuck were you doing? What are you doing? But nope, we don't have those type of players. We don't have Jalen Johnson. You're Mr. Not afraid to say anything. Get in his face. That's your DB. That's your brother. That's the other side. That's your other corner, the opposite corner. You go get in his face. You're the man on this team. You're the man in that secondary. You just got paid. You're the second team All-Pro. You go get in his face. In no uncertain terms, you go get in his face. Will he do that? I don't know. Not say, hey, can we talk? No, you go get in his face and you talk to him like football players talk to each other. Direct, point blank. And this is the thing that bugs me. Like, we don't got no dogs. Even our stud players, we say, oh, we got dog. Montez Sweat the dog. Montez Sweat ain't going up to say nothing to hit this dude. We need people who have that type of mentality. We need people whose character, who understand, like, you can't do this on our defense. We have a phenomenal unit. You jagging off over there on the side, yelling at the fans, and they come over. He's the dude who tipped the ball back. And we don't even know who the person was who's supposed to be back. So when people say Byron was supposed to be back, we don't know who that was. But you know what would be great? If whoever was supposed to be back comes out and says, oh, that was me, my mistake. I screwed up. Because Eberflus at his presser, he talked, he said, we got a guy who goes in front, we got a guy who goes behind, we got a guy in front. There's no guy behind. If it was Kevin Byard he jumped into the pile in the back of the pile, back of the mess. Someone's got to be back there. And Tyreek Stevenson coming from the side to tip the ball. Well, he tipped it all right. He tipped it all right. He tipped it right to the 85. You know, it's J-Pa. He's a you guy. He's just part of the culture of football in Florida. They taunt and talk ish. They just say, no, I get it. Ray Lewis was from the U. So was Ed Reed. Black Diamond said, this ain't Florida, this is football, Chicago. Yeah, he's got to stop it. You're right, Black Diamond. Akeem Hicks would have been livid. Would have been livid. So I need to see what's happening to Tyreek Stevenson this week. If he comes out and at least says you're benched for the first half, okay. I am more than happy with your healthy scratch. I am more than healthy with you being fined for conduct detrimental to the team. And I know the union's going to have some shit to say about it, but you got to make a stand. And this has me questioning Eberflus a lot more. And I told you I was an Eberflus guy. I liked Eberflus. I'm like, okay, he held the team together and that losing streak, all the reasons I gave. I was an Eberflus guy. Black Diamond says nothing will happen. You might be right. You might be right. But if nothing happens, now the inmates run the asylum. You make him available to the media. You make him available. You put all that heat on him. And our media is so quick to just turn on people. They'll eat them alive. Yes, I heard him. Marshall said, did you hear Eberflus after the game? Yes. You know, and when they asked him about the Doug Kramer situation, he goes, yeah, he goes, it's a 1 yard play. Yeah, I'm okay with it. Really? I think that was a swift kick in the nuts for me when he said it was okay with the Doug Kramer thing. I mean, what's Caleb supposed to say? They asked Caleb, he's like, oh, I'm 100% okay with the call. Caleb's not going to say that was a stupid fucking call. He's not going to say that. But here's what happens when you want to be too goddamn cute. Luke Getsy, Matt Nagy, Gary Crowton. Everybody knows Doug Kramer goes in there to bulldoze shit. Then let him go in there and bulldoze some shit. You know, I was in the locker room last year and I asked Justin Fields about these little bullshit plays that they had, these little sissy plays. You recall that? Somebody, all right? And I asked him, do you have any plays? Stop throwing these screens. Won the DJ yesterday. Stop doing the quarterback tush push. Stop doing sweeps. Stop going laterally to get 1 yard. Do you have any linemen? You do. I was happy. They tried it last year. It didn't work. This year was in. Doug Kramer was a cult hero. Then you want to get cute. It's okay if they know that you're going to come punch them in the mouth. It's okay. It's more than okay. It's more than okay to know for them to know that you're coming to punch them in the mouth for this 1 yard. But you get cute. You want to be the smartest guy in the room, and this is what happens. The only time Kramer gets that ball to score is if you're up 14, 21 points, going in again. So I'm extremely anxious to see what happens, what Coach Eberflus does. What does he do to Tyreek Stevenson? Because a message needs to be sent. DC's in the house. Derek Carter, he said, Shawn, Flus said the play before the Hail Mary didn't matter. I'm done with this HC. I hear you, bro. I hear you. I don't know if I'm done with him yet, but I'm starting to lean that way now. The Ghost of Judah tribe has man, just like the prodigal son, he's returned. You got off punishment or something, dog, huh? You ain't been around in a minute. Damn. Stop blaming the coaches. Come on, man. Here's one of the reasons I'm so pissed about Eberflus. And I'll get to you, Shane Waldron. You had 2 weeks. You had a bye. You had 2 weeks, and you couldn't come out better than this. Remember what I said the last 2 weeks when they played who did they just beat the last 2 games? The Panthers and who did they just beat before the come on, man. I can't think of who the hell they beat. The Jags. Thank you. The 2 cats. Remember what I said? If you give the Jaguars and the Panthers the proper respect that they deserve as your opponents, they will blow them out. Do you remember that? You guys remember that when I said you give them the proper respect that they deserve as your opponents, you will blow this team out. Both weeks I said it, and both weeks they blew them out. Remember that? You didn't give this team the proper credit that they deserved. You didn't use this extra week to give them the proper credit and to also defend and come up with a game plan to stop their quarterback. Kid's good. Kid's real good. Kid's real good. Why are we not blitzing him? Why are we not putting pressure on him? Why are we not keeping him in the pocket? You know why? Because of lane integrity. Lane integrity. Remember I told you, if you take care of all the little things, there are no big things. Little thing. Stay in your lane when you're rushing. Don't have the B gap, slide into the A gap. This end got the C gap. Guess what? That B gap's wide open. How many times did Jane Daniels go right up in that B gap? Lane integrity. Little thing. Stay in your lane. Little thing turned into a big thing. You take care of all the little things, there are no big things. So you had 2 weeks to prepare for this team, and you came out like that. You had 2 weeks to prepare for this team, and Caleb and his offense was stuck in mud. Shane Waldron, what do you do when your quarterback is having issues? This kid is going home. First of all, Caleb's a liar. I don't get nervous. You get nervous, dude. You're human. You got nervous game one. It's your first NFL game. It happens. And then you got nervous yesterday because you're in front of 10,000 people tickets you bought for all your family and friends. My buddy was there, his head coach, Randy Trivers. They actually quoted him on CBS. I texted him. I was like, hey, I said Jim Nantz and Tony Romo quoted you. He was like, that's dope. But he was nervous. He was nervous playing in front of his friends, his family. He's going back home. He's from the D.C. area. Went to Gonzaga College High School. Played for my guy, Randy Trivers. Tons of family and friends. They had his team, his high school team that my buddy coaches, were on the field. They were part of the group that held the American flag. They brought it. You remember they had the American flag that stretched the entirety of the field? A lot of the Gonzaga College High School football team were some of the people on the flag. He's nervous. How do you get him off from being nervous? You get him involved quickly. Where are my slants? Where are my slants? Where are my slants to DJ Moore, who can break a tackle and go? Where are my slants to Roma Dunze? Where are my slants to get first downs to Keenan Allen? Why didn't you use Cole Kmet on National Tight Ends Day? Shane Waldron, you got a lot of explaining to do. You got some explaining to do, Shane. All these things. You had 2 weeks to prepare. You didn't think once, he might be a little overhyped. How many passes did Caleb miss? Because he's fired up. He's excited. I get it. I understand. I played in front of family and friends. I get it. So what does a coach do you have to do to help calm him down? You run the ball, and you get him short completions. I don't care if it's a 2-yard gain on the slant. He gets tackled right away. I don't care. You know what it is? It's a completion. If you do it to the other side, you know what it is? That's 2 in a row, 2 completions in a row. You know what a hitch is? A third completion in a row. So now he's got some momentum. He can relax. He can exhale. But you didn't do that for this kid. He's human. $18 points he gave up. Still less than 21. Shouldn't have that last 6. That would have been 12. Defense, great job. But Shane Waldron, what in God's name is your issue? We thought you had it worked out. We gave you some leeway. Like, remember, I said I'll give him a month. I actually gave him 5 weeks. I'll give you a month. Let me see if you're. It takes you about a month to get acclimated with your quarterback, your receivers. You know, you kind of feel them out. They feel you out. Okay, cool. All right, cool. It was looking good. Last 2 weeks prior, 35 points, 5 offensive touchdowns for the first time since 1956. And again, the defenses were trash that we did that against. But it should have given you confidence. Where are those plays now? Where's Cole Kmet up the middle? Where are my slants? Where are my screens? Where were the screens yesterday? You know, Shane Waldron is really getting on my last nerve. Here's why. I vouch for him. You recall, I said the best acquisition this offseason was Shane Waldron. You remember me saying that? First couple games, he made me look like a fool. Next few, I'm like, okay, good. Now he's getting into a rhythm. He's comfortable with Caleb. Caleb is comfortable with him. Good. Then he comes out with this bullshit. That game plan. The 4th and 1 to DJ Moore. Here's a crazy idea. Why not a slant? Why not a disco route where he runs an out, an arrow route, spins, comes back across? He'd be past the first down marker. DB's probably going to be flying outside to make sure he doesn't get outside. DJ puts his foot in the ground, comes back across, catches the ball, turns it up. If you're going to pass the ball, why not? Where are your staple plays for 1 yard? Where are they? If you're going to run the ball, you better bring Kramer in. Kramer better not ever touch that ball again. I don't give a shit if the Bears are up 21 points. He goes in. He's just a bulldozer, and that's it. Follow me, Roshan Johnson. Follow me. So the stupid screen, the quick pass to DJ Moore, where the dude grabbed his helmet. She really can't. It's a penalty, but that's okay. But you can't expect to get those calls on the road. Because they were holding our defensive lineman on the Hail Mary there. Dude, they undressed them. But the handoff to Kramer. Come on, man. Unacceptable. Some people want his play calling duties taken away. I get that's an emotional response. I wouldn't do that. We just had a 3-game win streak. We just had 2 games in a row where we scored 5 offensive touchdowns. Yeah, I'm not taking the play calling away because he had a bad game. He had a bad game. Roberto says, Shawn, you seem a little flustered, my friend. Why? Why? Because it's a game we should have won. It's a game where coaches got a little too cute and thought they were the smartest guy in the room, and it caused us to lose. That's why. Junior says, what happened to doing what works and just use Kramer as a lead blocker? There's a crazy idea. DC says, Shawn, we might be wasting Caleb Williams' first year. New OC, please. I don't think so. I think he's got to be kept on a leash, too. Because DC, hey, he put up 5 offensive touchdowns the last 2 weeks. 10 touchdowns in 2 weeks. Come on now. Come on now. Roberto's like, I'm being sarcastic. I couldn't tell tone. I should have been able by the way you read it. I read it, but I didn't. I was fired up, Papa. Roberto, I'm fired up. If you can't tell, I'm fired up. No, DC, I don't know. No, not yet. Because now K-Dub, any offense has to learn a new system. I think they'll be fine. You just got to reel them in. Eberflus, they're paying you a lot of money. You better do your job. All right, you better tell Shane Waldron that handoff shit to the big boy is done. Only I can even bring that title up. Only I can bring that subject up. Jason, just a point of levity. Throughout the season, you win games you should lose, and you lose games you should win. It all balances out in the end. It's the NFL. You're right. So you know what? Maybe we beat the Packers, the Vikings, and the Lions the first, you know what I mean? All 3. Once or twice. It could work out. And if it does work out that way, how much more will this loss hurt? How much more? Like, man, we could have had one more win. I heard King Booker World said, I heard someone blame the defense. Anyone blaming the defense for this loss to me is crazy. Yeah, they played great. Except for that last 2 plays. DC, they can't keep reeling this man in. Yeah, Junior. So like the Panther game where they used Kramer as a tight end, he chop blocked and we got a penalty. We had to set up for a field goal. When you use Kramer in a different role, he implodes. Yeah, stop asking him. He's out of his water. He's out of his element. He's a fish out of water when he's in the backfield. Just, okay, here's what you're going to do. See that B gap right there? Blow it up. Just clear the way. Whoever the fuck's in the way, get him out. So Nate Davis, who they're going to need now, or Matt Pryor and Darnell Wright, guess what? Kramer's coming right behind us, so you better move. Levette Lee says, don't bust the blood vessel, Shawn. I like you. Hey, I can't make any promises, Levette. King Booker says, you know who could have handled the handoff blasting game? Yeah, but he doesn't have 300 pounds behind him either. That's why they cut him. So this is a game that hurts. This is a game that we should have had. This is a game where there's a lot of blame to go around. But again, here's where Eberflus is going to be worth. We're going to find out what he's worth. Don't let the Commanders beat us twice. Don't do it. Rip your players today. Rip them a new asshole if you want. All right. Run him to death. Run Tyreek Stevenson until his face falls off. I don't care. But on Wednesday, you prep for the Cardinals. And that's it. And that's it. You prep for the Cardinals. We're going to find out what Eberflus is made of as a head coach. Because if he doesn't do anything to punish Tyreek Stevenson for his childish antics, as I said earlier, the inmates will have run the asylum. Yes, they will have. Mashawn, yes. You said nobody mentioned the punter yesterday. He did good. Yes, he did, Doctor. What was it 4, 5 punts inside the 20? Most of them inside the 10? Come on, man. I don't see all you football experts who were upset about the drafting him in the 4th round. I don't hear you guys. I don't hear you guys. And I remember vividly, I said, man, this is awesome. Because I played with a punter like this. I know how valuable he is. A punter like that is. I know, man, as an offense, you don't want to have to go 90 plus yards, 95 yards, 87 yards every time. Every time your tailback's in the backfield, first play, or quarterback if he's in a shotgun. First snap is after a punt, you're in the back in the end zone. First snap. That's frustrating. That exhausts you mentally. Damn. Excellent job, Torrey Taylor. Excellent job, Ryan Poles, for this draft pick. You got a lot of shit from it initially. But, man, as the season's going on, like yesterday, case in point, people will back off. They're like, oh, shit, okay. Derek Carter, DC, says, Stevenson should be benched for the first quarter. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with the first half. I'm cool with it if Coach Eberflus says, hey, you know what? You're sitting out the whole game. You're a healthy scratch. I'm even cool with that. Because you cannot do what he did yesterday and suffer no consequences. Because we don't even know where he was supposed to be. He just came in from the side, jump it, tip the ball, right back to the number 85, who's standing there right by himself. All by himself. Because he was so open, he didn't even know what to do when he got the ball. He caught it, was like, yeah, I score. Like he wasn't, yeah. He knew, like he did, wow, this is a gift. He didn't have a touchdown celebration, nothing. But yeah, Stevenson needs to face some ramifications, some consequences for that yesterday. Does this, and it's only one game. So I say this kind of tongue-in-cheek, but does this affect the relationship between Eberflus and Shane Waldron? Shane Waldron, or does Eberflus put foot to ass and say, hey, I don't need any more of this shit. I don't need any more of this. I don't need any more of this. I need more tight end. I need more cowbell, damn it. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. Just type in cowbell. I need more cowbell. So we're gonna see where this team is headed. Because it's not getting twisted. Remember, I said the worst they can finish is 6-3 in this stretch. Should have been 7-2. Could be 8-1. But I said the worst they can do is 6-3. You got 2 games ahead of you where you can fit. You win these, you're 6-3. King Booker Will says, I got a fever and the only prescription is more cowbell. Junior, I got the fever for more cowbell. Derek Carter, cowbell. Bellissimo, good afternoon. Top of the afternoon to you, sir, for checking in across the pond. So I have this to say. People put it on Tyreek Stevenson for the Hail Mary. I put it on Flus for not defending the sideline with less than 20 seconds of game clock and 0 timeouts the play before. Yeah. Oh, I talked about it. I don't know when you checked, if you're just checking it now, but I talked about it. It's like a bell. You get guys at the 5 yard and like the 10 yard by the sideline, and you let everything happen in the middle of the field. No, I definitely put that. It wasn't. No. That was because you get it. Tony Romo's told us perfectly. He's like, he goes, they have enough time to get another 10 or 15 yards because Jaden probably can't make it from this far. And sure enough, what do? Quick out, 10 yards, 13 yards, I think it was. Gave him, and he still, like I said, he still didn't make the end zone because of his ribs. So imagine if it was another 10 or 15 yards back. He's doing that at the freaking 20. Come on. I agree with you, Bellissimo. Yeah. Bellissimo says, people put it on Caleb for the offense. I put it on Waldron for realizing his offensive line was banged up, not coming out of the gate, coming downhill with Roshan and having slants, floods, crosses, etc. What did I say? Where are my slants? Where are my slants? That's what and it's a mindset. You have to understand, you have to be ready. You have to prepare for expect the unexpected. Caleb says, I don't get nervous. Yeah, you do. But you have to and as a play caller, you got to say, hey, listen. He might be overwhelmed by all going home. The 1 versus 2 matchup. All the tickets he had to deal with. All the phone calls he probably had to deal with this week. Let me take this off his plate. And you should be taking it off his plate anyway. You have Pro Bowl receivers in Keenan Allen, in DJ Moore. That should have been your focus. Hey, let me take all the pressure off this kid. He's going home. Probably had 60, 80, 100 tickets. I don't know. His high school coach was in the house. They're on the field with the flag. I'm sure they met. Maybe they met before the game. I don't know. Who knows? But this is an emotional moment for him. Let me make sure he's okay. But let me not have him do the heavy lifting today. If he does, fine. And that's the crazy part, is that they had a chance for Caleb to be special. They had a chance for Caleb. Remember, they talked about, hey, you know what? We'll win with you, but there'll be some times where we need you to be special. Caleb has shown that he can be special. How many times has he scored going into the half or the end of games? Caleb's shown that he can score, and yesterday would have been a monumental moment when you play like shit. You still win the game. You still find a way to win. Yesterday would have been the perfect game to give him the utmost confidence. The utmost confidence. And when this offense gets rolling with that defense, come on, man. You're right. He had game-winning drive. 25 seconds left. He scored with 25 seconds left. I don't know. Yeah, 2 game-winning drives. One, he gave the ball to Doug Kramer and he fumbled. So, I don't know. I'm pissed. This is a game. The Bears snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. And you see what I have on the screen. You know how I feel. Coaching matters. Eberflus, no timeout. Eberflus, not playing the sideline to play before. Eberflus, okaying the stupid ass handoff to Doug Kramer. Come on. Eberflus, not taking Tyreek Stevenson out once he got the 15-yard penalty for poking a dude in the face, through his face mask. At least taking him out and say, what are you doing? Don't do that nonsense again. At least do that. This is a talented team. You have to learn to win in the NFL. Right now, we don't know how to win. Yesterday would have gone a long way for us. We didn't get it done. Man, 2 hours is coming and gone. I want to thank my guys for coming in and checking in with us. This chat was live, baby, live. I loved it. DC's in the house. Bellissimo checking in from across the pond. King Booker World, Junior, Patty, Shawn, Levette, Cornelius, Jason, Roberto, Plank, Ghost of Judah Tribe. All you guys, I want to thank you for tuning in, making this the best morning Chicago sports talk show around. I appreciate it. So listen, we're going to replay this show at 6 o'clock tonight. So if you missed it, any part of it, you can go back and check it out on YouTube tonight. All right, so for everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, my executive producer, Elliot Baez, social media guy, Clarence Council III, my co-host Absentia Maya, I'm your boy, the Superback, Shawn Sierra. My sports zoners, I appreciate you. Thank you. And I love the love. I appreciate the love and support. Okay, I do. And this is why I get so excited talking to you guys 3 days a week. But this will, I'll have all 22 by tomorrow. I want to go over it. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. So for everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, guys, have a phenomenal day. It's going to be in the low 60s today here in the Chicagoland area. It's okay. It's fall. It's October 28th. It's going to be a high six. Actually, going to be high 67, high 70 today, almost 70. Nice. All right. So if you're in the Chicagoland area, nice hoodie, little light jacket, sweater, weather, beautiful. Okay, and wherever else you're at in and around the world, have a phenomenal day. All right, let your loved ones know you love them, because let me tell you something. Tomorrow is not guaranteed at all. There are tons of people who thought they were waking up this morning and didn't. So let your people know you love them. All right? All right, folks. For everyone here, I'm your boy, the Superback, Shawn Sierra. I am out.